right.
Hello, in case you're wondering what we're doing today, we just got 2 boxes of broccoli yesterday. We've already finished putting the 1 box up, and what we're having to do is wash it. Then we cut just the crowns off of it, or the florets, and then we blanch it, freeze it, and vacuum seal it, and put it away for another day in winter. So,
All right. You want to stack a bunch in that one? I
yeah.
Need to wash them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We also just got 2 microphones, and this is the first time that we've used them, so we hope the volume and the voice clarity will be really nice.
I think we usually kind of yell, so it's unusual to talk at a normal volume.
Yeah. And when I do talk at a normal voice, it's not very loud. So this is ready to start cutting.
Yes, sir. I guess we need the bowl for the scraps and a bowl for the florets.
I got one for the scraps
Okay.
and for the florets. Do you have? Oh, here it is.
Oh, goody.
Here's one.
Okay. That's off. You don't need this for anything, do you?
You can
I'll
use it.
use it from a.
Sure.
Okay. We did some math today to figure out if it's financially worth it, really, to do our own broccoli. And here's what we came up with. If we purchased heads of broccoli at the grocery store, they are $1.99 a pound. And this box is 23 pounds. And we got it for $12. So we think that makes us 54 cents a pound for what we purchased. So that's a lot better than $1.99 a pound. And then we figured it a different way, because in the end, what we have is frozen little florets. We cut all the ugly stuff, not ugly, but the tree looking stuff off. So in the end, we have, the last box, we had 16 10-ounce bags in the freezer now. And if we had bought bird's eye frozen florets, it's $2.39
For the same 10-ounce
bag. So $2.39 for a 10-ounce bag. So when we did the math on that, I got it somewhere. I didn't write it down. I think we saved $80 by doing it ourselves if we were to buy frozen florets from the grocery store. So it's worth doing. But it's a lot of work. And we found out that you blanch them, which means after we cut them and everything, we're going to put them in boiling water for 3 minutes. And that is enough to make it so when they go in the freezer, they don't fade in color and stuff like that. So it's really just for the preservation of the color so it doesn't look disgusting. Stays pretty and green. We get this from a local grower. They grow for all the grocery stores on the, I was going to say the East Coast, but they're also aren't they also in California? No.
I don't know. I looked at their website and they didn't mention California. I thought they did at one point. But they have farms in Maine, North Carolina, New York, and Florida. So we go to their plant and buy cases of corn or broccoli or whatever we want. Wonderful people that own the farm.
Yeah, they are super nice to us, and their farms or fields are beautiful. So we'll be processing corn, and later this year we'll be processing potatoes.
Yeah.
And carrots. So this is the beginning of our summer of processing all these fresh vegetables and stuff. We also hope to get peaches again this year. We got those last year.
Mm-hmm.
They were fabulous. Oh, my little fan's on and I'm not even over there. It's a waste of the battery.
In case you're watching, Steve and Debbie, thank you.
Thank you for
the knife.
Oh, that knife. Okay. I didn't know what you were thanking them for. Yeah, that was a lovely gift.
Yes, it was.
I compared our broccoli to bird's eye, but bird's eye doesn't trim it as much as we do. They still leave some of that stalky stuff on there. So we like that better. I guess if I was smart, I'd use these scraps for like a broccoli soup or something. I like broccoli soup.
Broccoli and cheese? Or
yeah. I didn't think about it. I'm going to have to look it up.
We've been on the road for the last week, and we were glad to get back home to home cooking.
Yeah, the restaurants were expensive and the food was like mediocre. You know, you expect if you pay that much for food, boy, this should be good. And we did not have that luck. So we just kept waiting to come back home for fresh food. Home cooking. So we're going to keep cutting these, and then we'll come back when we get to the next step. See you in a bit. So here's the next step. We put the broccoli florets in the boiling water for about 3 minutes. Then we put them in an ice bath to stop the cooking process and retain the color. And then I dump them out on this little towel here so that they can dry off a little bit. The drier they are, the less likely to have ice crystals on them. So that's the process. We're going to do this for, I don't know, about an hour or two, and then we'll show you what's next. All right, welcome to the next step. This step is where we take the broccoli and put it on parchment paper and put it on these trays and take them to the freezer. Now they tell you to put the broccoli on here so that it's not touching any other broccoli, but we don't have near that many trays. So what we're going to do is we're going to stack it as good as we can. And if they're touching, they just break apart easily when you get them out of the freezer to put them in the freezer bag. So it's not a problem. That's an inside scoop on that one. So anyway, so we're going to do that stacking up right now onto the trays. And we're reusing our parchment paper and our saran wrap from the last box. So it's a little bit challenging to unstick the sticky cling film from itself. But anyway, you'll see that. And another inside scoop, I looked to see if it would be okay if I used the saran wrap. I couldn't find that anywhere. But what we found was when we used to do this in the past, if we'd get the broccolis all on the sheet pan and try to take it down to the freezer and put it in the freezer, if it tilted in any way, they just roll right off. So we knew that we needed to do something to secure them more because we lost some broccoli that way. So anyway, so here's my plan for that, and it worked out beautiful. All right, so this is the final step in the process. We got the frozen broccoli trays out of the freezer and put them in these bowls, and then measured the bowls to be just the 10 ounces we needed. Put those in the vacuum bags. We labeled them and we put them downstairs in the freezer. So we are good to go. It's been quite a process.
So we're on the last bag of frozen broccoli, and this is box number 2 that we've processed. So here we are, the final bag, and we're happy about that. But
Yeah.
we're thankful for the broccoli and the processing that we've been able to do, and we'll eat well off of that for a long time to come.
Oh yeah, I'm glad to be done though.
Yeah.
This has taken 3 days. Oops, it dropped some.
One right there.
Oh, kidding.
And just think, next comes corn, and then comes potatoes.
And maybe some beans or peas and peas.
Peaches.
They were with us from start to finish.
Yeah, you could literally knock somebody unconscious with it.
It's a good sealer. And then here's our big stack. The other day we got 17 bags. I think this one's 16 bags. So really good deal. All right, thanks for hanging out with us for broccoli. Y'all be good. Bye-bye.